Hey everyone, I believe that I am live and everything. I think I have to bump my thing so I can see what's going on over in, let's see. I haven't done it this way on my computer before, so let's see here. Let's get in my dashboard and let's see here if I can see it without the volumes and stuff. Let's see. Let's go to my channel. So just bear with me while I am figuring everything out. It's took me a while to get on. I thought I wasn't going to be able to do this because I lost, there we go. I lost my figuring everything. There we go. Okay. Awesome. I guess I don't really need this. My double me. I just need to be able to see where you guys are talking. So I wanted to get on and be like, hey, because I haven't been on in a while, but I lost my ad, being able to do ad stream or whatever, or Google Ads. So I thought I wasn't going to be able to do this for a minute, but whatever. I had to bypass it or something. It was weird. So yay for having this up and running. So hopefully you guys can hear me and you guys are all that stuff. I am sorry if it's a little choppier and stuff like that. I'm not sure the quality. Sometimes around this time, the internet's not that great, but I wanted to definitely get on and say hey to everyone and just kind of do a little monthly chit chat and stuff. And I thought doing it live would be kind of fun so that we can just chit chat and stuff. So the biggest thing for me right now is that I am doing a major organizational haul in my room and just redo. I got some, if you see me looking off to the side, that's where my space is that I've been working on. I don't know if you guys will be able to see it that well, but so I've been working on this over here, getting all this organized. So I am doing that. Yeah, there you guys go. There's definitely a delay, which I'll just have to pretend like I don't notice. So yeah, that's what I'm doing right now. And it's a big overhaul and stuff. I don't see, okay, I see 3 people are watching. So no one's saying anything, which is fine. But I thought today we could talk a little bit about like New Year's resolutions 3 months out, right? Because it's March, and I don't know about you guys, but the wintertime, like I'm always excited when January starts because it's like, yay, you know, I have all these goals for this year and I want to accomplish them. But then as the year goes on and you start realizing just what's a realistic goal, you know? And I think with scrappiness, sometimes we tend to, as moms and crafters and women, and we sometimes put it off on the back burner because there's other things that are much more important, right? Life happens. And yeah, so I think this has been a big theme in just my life. So I hope that me talking about this isn't boring everyone, but I just know for me that this year has not, and part of last year hasn't been, yeah. Okay. Yeah. And I don't, Daisy, I'm not sure how great my internet is. My internet's so bad. I really need to see if there's a better internet that doesn't cost a lot of money. But it's just a super slow one. So hopefully it's not too glitchy for you guys watching. And if it is, I'm really sorry. But so yeah. So like this past 6 months, I've accomplished so much more than I thought I would. But then I also have realized that I can't keep doing things the way that I was doing it and expect to get the best results that I want. So I've kind of been thinking a lot lately about just like focus and balance. And I think that that's something that sometimes we get caught up in this whole New Year's resolutions or New Year's plans and things that we want, and we're not realistic with ourselves about what our lives look like and how we can balance that with our scrapbooking. And I do know that, like, you know, when real life happens, you got to do the real stuff, right? You got to take care of the family. You know, sometimes that means going back to work. Sometimes that means staying home. Sometimes that means, you know, helping kids with homework or more chores or more giving and, you know, more doing things out in, you know, with your church, with your groups that you're involved in, with your friends, and all this kind of stuff. And so I know for me, I'm realizing that, like, I love scrapbooking and I love it. It's been a big part of my life. And I've gotten to the point where I think I do so much of that that not everything that I do normally is balanced. So I'm realizing that I'm needing to balance it out so that we're doing a little bit of everything. And so, and this year I've had to spend a lot more time on school stuff. My oldest is in 4th grade and it's really tough for her. She's making that transition into going from younger elementary to older elementary. And it's a big change for her. I think we're realizing that she has some issues, I think mostly related to the chemo. And it's not anything major. But, you know, when your kids get frustrated at school, it's hard as a parent because you got to find ways to help them learn. And when, yeah. What did you, okay, so Megan said that this year has been so crazy to get everything done in one day. Yeah, see, and I think that this is, so one thing I've realized is that for me, having too many goals on my list has been a real big downer because I can't accomplish them all. So, and sometimes it means that we need to put more on our lists. Right? So I think finding the balance for you is super important. And that's like, if anything people can take away from my chit chat this month is just find a balance that works for you and your family. And don't be, like, as an adult, sometimes we have to be okay with the way life is, to what we want to do. But then sometimes it's also being rejoicing in the fact that we get to do really cool, awesome things. So hi, Heather. And so I think for me, I've realized that I've just been doing so much scrapbooking in the past few years that I've taken on a lot of teams, and I absolutely love being on all the teams that I'm on. But I think in the next few months, I will probably be cutting back the teams that I am on as well. I know some of the teams that I'm on are ending, and some of them I'm just not really sure. But I absolutely love the teams that I'm on, but I'm finding that I'm doing so much for the teams that I'm a part of. And even though a lot of the teams that I'm on and that I'm a part of allow me to do me, which I absolutely love. And that's the great thing about when you find the teams that work for you, they do allow you to do your own thing. But I'm just finding I'm scrapbooking so much for other people that I'm not able to even remotely think about what I want to do for me. And I'm okay with that. So, like, I'm learning to be okay with that, because it's just part of it is my life is just so crazy that I don't have a lot of extra energy to just even get in my room every day. So yeah, so you guys probably noticed my channel has been really slow this past month. Keeping up with editing the videos is really big. What did you miss? Nothing. I'm just talking about goals and stuff. So, and just kind of like just doing like a life update because I haven't really done a big one. So, yeah, but I'm really excited about some of the things that are coming because of the fact that, hey, Christy, because of some of the teams that I am going to be not continuing on as those close out, I will have more time to do some more stuff. So I'm super excited about that. So one thing that I haven't really mentioned a great deal except for in one place, but in the next few months, I will be putting out a watercolors for scrapbooking, probably 101, but I don't know how many I'll do with that. But I want to do a watercolors for scrapbooking, and I'm going to be collabing a little bit with Christina and Secret Not So Secret Kit Club. And she's going to be putting together, or her and I are going to be putting together a watercolor mixed media kit that can be used along with that. So be looking for that. It's still in the beginnings of its creations, but it's getting there, and we're hoping that maybe sometime in the spring that, or well, we are in the spring, but in the later spring that it will be ready to be rolled out to you guys. So that is something I'm super excited about. I know a lot of people have been asking me about classes, and I just haven't had the time to really do classes. And I've been racking my brain of trying to figure out how I can do classes that are going to best benefit you guys, but that are going to benefit the style that I do. And I've been doing some live stuff over in Christina's group, and it's super fun, but it's just not always enough time and to get projects done. And so I want to be able to put a class together that you actually see stuff. So, but eventually I would love to do a lot more live type things. So I'm trying to figure out a way that I can do classes that work, that people can take it and do live things, but also watch stuff. So yeah, so hopefully in the summer I can work on something also and maybe get something out by the end of the year so that you guys can benefit from that. So we'll have to see exactly. If I only get one class done this year, that is more than I could have wanted. At the beginning of the year when I first started making plans, it was not something I thought was even doable. But then, as I said, I've decided not to stay on one of my major teams that I've been on. And so when that closes up, it's going to be done. And I'm super sad because I've, some of that stuff happens, right? You move on from different teams that you're on and stuff. But this is like the major, I think, even though there's been a couple of teams I've been a little bit a part of and everything. Yeah. So I'm trying not to like say too much because I do have some other newer stuff that I can't talk about yet. But if you guys have been following me this past month or like the past couple of weeks, I did guest designing for Maya Road. So definitely go over to Maya Road, their blog, and check out the mini album that I made. It was super fun to create for them. And I should have another project coming up. I'm not sure if they posted it yet or whatever, but so I have a traveler's notebook that's going to be over there. So I have been working on a lot of stuff. I know Teresa Larkin Designs, her new March release just got released yesterday. And so I have a couple of projects over there that you can see that I've worked on with her March stuff. And I'm going to hopefully be getting some more of that stuff rolled out this month. I'm hoping to do a layout with some of her stuff. I did a layout last month. And so that was really fun to do a full-size layout and kind of take some of her digital stuff and everything. And so, yeah. Have fun at work, Megan. Yeah, yay. I'm glad that you could show up for a minute, Megan. Megan, my crafty bestie, she's been busy this week. I've barely been able to talk to her. But anyway, isn't that life, right? I know she barely got to talk to me. Well, and this past month, my mom was here, so I didn't get a lot of crafting. Guys, this past month in February, I did not create that much, and I'm really disappointed that I didn't get as much done as I would have hoped. Normally, I get about probably at least 10 layouts done a month, and I don't even know how many I did. I don't know. So, but you know, some months are like that. You know, some months. Sorry, that's my cat. My cat is up on the desk. So yeah, so I have my coffee and we're chit-chatting and stuff. And so I'm trying to think of what else I can kind of mention. I know that be on the lookout. I'm still on the Shimmers design team, and I absolutely love being on their design team. It's super, super fun. I love their products. And they have some stuff that's going to be released soon, some new stuff coming up. So be on the lookout on their site for that kind of stuff because it's super exciting. It's super exciting what they're doing. I'm trying to think of what other stuff that was major. I should have wrote it down, right? I shouldn't have just thought that I would remember. But I did. I thought that this would be the best way to just, you know, chit chat with you guys and stuff. So yeah, so we're talking about goals and definitely I've had to, like I said, I think for me, my biggest newest goal is really just making sure that I am being honest with myself on what I can accomplish and what I can't. So, and it's hard. It's hard because as a mom, and even though I stay at home, I still am required, you know, we're required to do stuff at home too. So, so yeah, my biggest thing is just figuring out what team stuff I have and doing that, and then trying to get some extra stuff done. I know in January, I did a webinar with Debbie Hodge, and that was super fun. So I have been able to get a few things special done, and yeah, balance is hard, Heather. It is definitely hard. And I think part of it is like when you get really focused and crafty, you just want to do it all the time. And yeah. I know it's been hard for me because I've been wanting to do stuff, but I just have like no energy. And I think a lot of it is that it's really rainy here in Washington. It's way different than like this is the second year that we've been in the winter time here. And I'm just realizing just how tough it's going to be on me. I am a sunny person. So I'm trying to find ways to help myself be motivated. And I thought that this would also be a good place to kind of talk about that because I think sometimes we forget that there's this lull and like Expedia of like how we do things in our crafty world, right? When we're motivated and focused, we create a lot more and doing the things that help us, that we know get us in that place and that mindset. And like I think for me some of it is not talking enough scrappy stuff. Like me and my bestie, and so I have some other, you know, ladies, some of you ladies that we talk with on a regular basis, and I feel like we haven't been talking as much scrappy stuff. And I think that I've noticed that that makes a difference for me. If I'm not talking scrappy stuff with people who are like-minded, if I'm not online as much, which I haven't been because I've just been busy, I'm not as motivated to create stuff because I'm not on getting inspired. And so definitely like find out what helps you get motivated and do those things. One thing that I've been doing just in my personal life is finding ways that I can help my body feel better. And I know I've been dealing with a lot of back pain the past year, almost not quite a year, but after the summer, like into the fall, it was really bad. And so I was doing some physical therapy and I'm just about done with that. But I still have periods where I can't be sitting as long. And so I've been trying to find ways that can help me be more balanced. And so I know as it starts getting a little bit warmer, I'm going to be doing some more exercising just so that I feel good. Because if I feel good, I feel like scrapping. And that's not to say that everybody needs to go out to the gym or everyone needs to be exercising. You know, it's like, but I think when we feel good personally in our lives, if our moods feel good, like it's been really blah here. And I know that that's been a big impact on me this year, not having enough vitamin D. I just don't feel like scrapbooking sometimes when I'm tired and it's, you know, 4 o'clock and it's dark. So I definitely, like, I also have been doing a little bit of oil diffuser stuff to just kind of help my brain and my clarity so that I feel more like getting stuff done because, you know, I mean, I want to get stuff done. I want to share with you guys and, you know, all that good stuff. So I would just encourage all of you guys to just, you know, if you're having a problem being motivated or staying on tasks with the tasks that you have, or just you feel bad about not being able to get in your scrapbook room, assess why you can't do it. And I think I talked a little bit about this in my group on Facebook a little bit, but you know, it's like figure out why you're not able to do it. And then are they things that you can change, right? Because sometimes you can't change it. Sometimes just you got to work. Sometimes your kids just have a lot of activities and you need to do those things. Like those things only happen once-ish, right? I mean, how many kids do we have? You know, they're only with us in our house for how long? And like for me, I try to remember that. Like as much as I'm on teams now and I'm doing, you know, and I'm having fun doing those things, I also know that like my kids and being a part of their life too is really important to me because when they're gone, they're gone. And like I will have time to scrapbook too. So, you know, I think finding the balance, like I said, finding the balance so that, and you know, realizing what is stuff that you should keep and what is stuff. And I'm not saying to not scrapbook. I'm just saying, you know, you might, if you can only fit in a few minutes, you know, if you can get 15 minutes in a week, you know, and all that stuff. Bye, Heather. Have a good afternoon, evening. It's probably almost like getting close to evening. Have fun in the line. Getting Emily. Have a great evening. Bye, Heather. Thanks for joining me. So yeah, so you know, just figuring out the reasons why. What stops you from getting in your room? Is it that your room is really messy? Like for me, when my room starts getting messy, I don't want to get in my room. It gives me anxiety, which is really funny because I used to never have that problem with stuff. But as I've gotten older, I've just like, if my house is messy, if my kids' rooms are messy, like you can ask my kids. It just has been something that bugs me a lot more. And so, you know, lately I've been doing my D-stat, or not really a D-stash, just like an organizing because I have so much stuff with getting kits every month, which is awesome. I get to play with lots of stuff, but it's not organized. And so I bought some of the Maggie Home or the Crate Paper storage things, and I'm going to be putting my collections in those. So hopefully in the next couple of weeks, my stuff will be organized a little bit better that I can share it with you guys, because that's something that I actually am looking forward to sharing with you guys, how I'm changing my room. Because I think like for us scrapbookers, or maybe it's just me, I feel like I'm always rearranging my stuff, trying to find a better way, you know. But I noticed that I scrap better in collections and manufacturers, so I'm going to be storing my stuff that way. I built some Alex cubes or you know, the Alex drawers and stuff, so I'm going to start putting the stuff that I'm working with in there. And just organizing my stuff so that I want to play with it. I'm not someone who needs to keep it out as long as I know where it is. If I know where I can find it, then I don't need to see it out. Though I do like to see a bowl with pretty things that I can just grab really quick. But if I know I'm looking for something, and this has been like this past week, like organizing. I haven't been able to find everything, and that's been kind of stressful, but I know that in the end it will work out better because I'll know where everything is. And so, you know, if your space is not organized to how you're going to be able to scrapbook, fix it. Like, take the time. And it might, you know, yeah, it's a bummer, you know, we have to stop creating so that we can organize. But like, if you organize it in a way that you're going to use it, if you're going to organize it so that you have everything out pretty, that you can see it, if you have it organized so that you have it by how you scrap, then you're going to use it, and you will use your stuff, and your stuff doesn't, like, I've been finding that I bought Chasing Dreams from Maggie Holmes because I absolutely love Maggie Holmes, and I've only used like half of it. I have a ton of paper and stuff, so I want to get using the stuff that I have. I have a really overflowing drawer of scraps that I need to get using, and some of it is that I do a lot of design team stuff, so I'm not using as much scraps or whatever. And that's okay. Like, if you don't like using scraps, don't use scraps. Like, don't force yourself to use something that you know you're not going to use. Like, be honest with yourself. Like, when you're organizing and like having your space the way that you need it, if you know you're not going to use something, like, don't be afraid to throw it out or to give it to someone if you know that they will use the extra bits and stuff. So, I think so. I feel like honesty is a big thing. Like, being honest with your time, being honest with, you know, what your goals are, being honest with how you create and what motivates you to create, and being in your room is a really, really big thing. And, you know, you just got to be real with yourself, right? And it's okay. There's no right or wrong way to do it. And that's the awesome thing, is figure out what works for you, figure out what motivates you. I know that I haven't been taking a lot of photos because it's been really meh and gray, and I just don't like taking photos. But one thing I need to motivate myself with doing is going and grabbing my nice camera and taking photos, even if it's not that great. I took a photo of my daughter and son dancing, and with my nice camera, I pulled it out. They were dancing really cute. And it wasn't the best picture. It's kind of blurry because they're spinning each other around, but like, it felt really nice to have a picture that was a little bit nicer. And, you know, just sometimes going out and taking walks and taking photos, you know, just even if you're just playing around with your camera, you know, because I think sometimes for me, the fact that I don't have a lot of nice photos that I want to scrap, I don't have all those pretty photos because it's rainy or whatever and dark, it makes me not want to scrap them, right? So playing with your cameras and stuff, yeah. Yeah, Chrissy, see, that's the thing, is I got that nice camera a couple years ago, and I don't use it that much unless it's the summertime. So I think for like being honest with how you use a camera now, and if you like using your phone, you know, I love the iPhone. It does have really great photos if you work it well, but like in the dark, it doesn't. Even the new one, I still find that sometimes in the dark, it's not that great. But so it's just, you know, don't be afraid to pull out your nice camera and to use it. If you don't mind using your phone, you pull that out. Make sure you're using it. Take pictures of stuff that's inspiring you. Just take pictures to play. So yeah. I think that's definitely, I want to take it out every day. I really do. I think that's a little too much for me to be able to do, but I will definitely take you up on that challenge, Chrissy, of using it once a week at least. So that's a great challenge. You know, and it's like, now that I think spring is going to be here soon, hopefully, I mean, spring as Washington knows it. It's, you know, it's been so cold the past few weeks that I'm just so looking forward to it to being in the 50s. Like, that's crazy. And I know the Northeast is having like a huge snowstorm right now. Poor Sarah, it has ice all over the place. But, you know, like, I'm ready for just 50s at least. And I think, you know, yeah. Yeah. You have the same problem, Scrub Happy? Yeah. See, I think that we do, you know, I think that it's just packed away, right? I'm sure that there's a lot of us that have these nice cameras and we just don't pull them out. And it's hard. And I get it. It's hard. You know, if you're out running and doing errands, like who wants to carry a big camera? Like I've done it. When we first got here, I was carrying that sucker all over the place. And you know, it's not always fun. Some of it is just getting used to it, and some of it is like I said, it's figuring out what works for you and your lifestyle. Because you know, like I get the phone, I take tons of pictures on my phone, but it's nice to go back and look at the photos on my nice camera and have a photo that is really nice and that I've thought about. Because I think sometimes just thinking about how you want to take photos helps you take a better photo. So yeah. I think in a few minutes I'm going to go because I have been on for a little while and I'm not sure how long everybody really wants to hear me talk. But definitely be on the lookout for some stuff that's going to be coming up because watercolor class, that'll be coming up in the late spring. And then I have some other stuff, something else that I don't know if I can talk about yet. So that is going to be coming up in a while. And I have some other big news that's going to be happening. Yeah. Yeah. See, yeah, I can't Scrub Happy. I can understand that, you know, going from just changing, you know, how your life is has to be different. Um, yeah, I wonder if like I think the approach of how you scrapbook has to change when your life changes, right? As you go through these different cycles of life, you know, having a busy household with kids and you know, people coming in and out, and then going to having more of just like the quiet and stuff. And I don't know. Like it's hard to know what that will feel like when I have kids that are 10 and you know under. And but you know, if you're someone who doesn't mind focusing on you and your likes and you haven't done that, I would definitely recommend doing that. You know, one of the things that I do for me, because it's just a priority that I make, is to make sure that I'm telling my story now. Because I would love to be able to go back and see what my grandmother was thinking about when she was my age and when her kids were like that, you know, I can still go ask her and talk to her, but like to see the photos and see the thoughts and stuff, I think that's where it's really nice and fun. But you know, yeah, yeah. Well, and you are, you know, we are all worth being a part. Like, and really, even if we're telling stories about our kids and our husbands and our families, um, we're still telling, it's still a part of our story too. And our voice is going to come out because it's our perspective on it, right? But and there's nothing wrong with scrapping that way either. You know, I mean, our kids and our families are only with us, like with us for so long. And some of us will be lucky and have our families and have our families and kids right near us. And some of us don't. It's like, I think about me and my husband, and we don't get to see, like my mom came for a little bit more than a week, and she was here in February, and I hadn't seen her in a year. She came in the springtime last year when my husband went out. He had a schooling he had to do, so he was gone for about a month. And so yeah, so it's just and like my husband's family, we don't get to see them, unfortunately, very often. And so it's like not having family, when you get to see family, it's taking advantage of that and all that stuff. Hey, Beth. And so, yeah, so just you know, taking the advantage to tell the story of your family and your life as it's happening now, you know, I mean, definitely don't be afraid to keep it the same or keep it different, you know, I mean, I don't know. Like sometimes we got to change things up to make it fun, but sometimes there's nothing wrong with doing something that works, right? If it's not broke, don't fix it, right? But I'm hoping that when my kids get older, I can use that time to actually finish the stuff like their baby albums and almost reminisce. You know, it's like there's something fun about going back and looking at what your kids did and what they were like, and looking at old photos. It's like I'm lucky that I started scrapbooking when my kids were a little bit older. I think Sam was, let's see, he was like 2 maybe. So I have some stuff from when he was really littler, but like a toddler. But I don't have a lot of stuff done from when they were babies, and so I look forward to doing that when my life is not so crazy. But you know, who knows? Who knows what will happen? Who knows what my life is going to look like? You know, and I think that's the thing is readjusting. And this goes back to planning and goal setting and just being honest with how your life is and how you think that you're going to create then. And don't be afraid to change it. Don't be afraid to keep it the same. And, you know, don't be afraid that if it's not working to go back to how you did it before. You know, there's no set rules. And I think that's the biggest thing, is knowing that we can set our own rules, right? We can set our own goals, and knowing and figuring out what motivates us and drives us to be crafty, to tell our stories is the important part to keep us, you know, to keep us being able to keep telling those stories. And whether if that's taking classes. So this is going to be a plug-in to Teresa and Larkin Design. She has a Project Life class. But if you are having a problem with figuring out those stories to tell, take a class, take a Project Life class, take a class on, if you're having problems with style and figuring out what you want your style to be, take a class on style. There's so many classes out there of amazing scrapbookers who have figured things out for themselves. And so why not pick their brain and take a class? I think that's one thing that actually motivates me to want to be more crafty, is to take classes. So find a class that seems fun. If it's art, if it's something that you want, a technique that you want to learn that's artsy or something, you know, do something like that. Change it up. And changing it up doesn't have to be changing your style. It could just be getting more information. But take a class that you think that you're going to participate in. Because I think that sometimes, like, I get so class happy, I'll take classes. Like I bought she has a mixed media and like color blending type of class. And I started taking it, and I just wasn't doing the stuff that I was reading. You know, it's an amazing class. It's so much knowledge, and Arit knows so much, and she's so talented. But like, if you're not doing the work in the class, like, make sure if you take a class that you set some time aside to say, I'm just going to work on whatever this class is today. Because I find that, like, if we just take classes to take classes, like, is that really going to help us? But anyway, this is all besides the point. So I should probably get off now that my hands are flip-flopping all over the place. And definitely say I look forward to chit-chatting with you guys later in the month and just kind of letting you guys know how my plans are going. This month, my goal is to help myself stay motivated in getting in my room and getting things done ahead of time. And my other goal is to actually like stick to the list of things that I want to get accomplished, right? So and not to say that I don't get stuff accomplished, because I know I do, but you know, like, sometimes I will wait because I know I have time. And instead of just saying, no, you know, I have time now, let me use this 15 minutes to create something. So yeah, so that's my goals for myself. And then I also just have some stuff that I'm going to be working on and for you guys. And I'm looking forward to doing that. And and everything like that. So I will see you guys later. I hope that this chit chat was fun. It was really lovely seeing all of you guys. I'm glad that you guys could hang out with me today. And all of you guys who are watching it later, thank you for coming and watching. One thing I didn't mention was that, well, I mentioned at the beginning, but I lost my stupid status for being able to have ads and getting paid, which YouTube doesn't really pay any money, but it's just kind of annoying. So hopefully this month I will be better about posting videos, but also make sure that if you follow me on Instagram, you're looking at all the other places that I post, because a lot of times I post on other sites. So definitely be on the lookout for that kind of stuff. But I will see you guys later, and I hope you guys have a great scrappy month. Bye.